Welcome to Mash on This, Mashable's daily culture and entertainment show that gives you tomorrow's biggest news stories today. I'm your host, a Pat Battle who eats her own scabs, also known as Dory Greenberg. On Mash on This, we give you a quick rundown of what we think is the best the internet has to offer. So be sure to tell us what you think in the comments, and we'll get to them at the end of the show. Don't be shy. Let us know what you're thinking. Now let's get into it, shall we? Facebook has been really going in on social issues as of late. Between fighting against revenge porn and setting up their own town hall feature, it seems like they're really making a concerted public effort to try to make people's lives easier. And now, Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook's chiefs are giving their employees permission to take time off so they can join pro-immigrant protests for International Workers' Day on May 1st. Moreover, Facebook also said it will investigate if any of its vendors are illegally cracking down on any of their employees' protest rights. This holiday has obviously become more significant this year in light of President Trump's travel bans and general ambiance of xenophobia. Facebook was one of the tech companies that criticized Trump's immigration moves back in January, so it's not all that surprising that they support their workers' rights to protest, but it is super chill of them to not punish employees for taking off work to do so. You might be trying to become the new internet Facebook, but keep this up, and you might not be so mad about it. Eric Trump, the spoiled rich kid everyone loves to forget about, recently complained in a fit of irony about people being mean on Twitter. In an interview with Ireland's independent newspaper, the Trump spawn, who unfortunately got most of his dad's physical attributes, had a tremendous lapse in memory about his own father's Twitter activity, saying, quote, "No matter what side it is you're with, you're always going to get backlash. You're going to have a few people who have nothing better to do than to sit behind a computer and send a mean tweet. It's unfortunate, but it's the nature of the game." Eric was responding to a question about golfer Rory McIlroy and the social media backfire he got after playing a round of golf with the president. Eric, bro, allow us to remind you about Daddy's mean tweets. He calls people clowns. He also explicitly calls the free press the enemy of the people and has called Obama a bad or sick guy. He says or probably because he doesn't really understand the difference between those two words. He just knows that they're bad. The New York Times has an entire list of people, places, and things that Trump has insulted on Twitter since he declared his candidacy. And as of a few weeks ago, the list is up to 325. So go cry to daddy the next time you think people are being mean on Twitter. All right, Eric? Thank you. Yesterday, we discussed Prince Harry's interview and how he's been promoting mental health conversations. And now, his brother, Prince William, has come out with a video where he chats with another proponent of mental health awareness, Lady Gaga, broadcasting live from Kensington Palace and what we can assume is Gaga's bomb-ass kitchen in LA. The two discuss the importance of having conversations about mental health. Here's a little snippet from their chat.
I wanted to ask you very much how you found speaking out and how it made you feel.
It made me very nervous at first. For me, waking up every day and feeling sad and going on stage is something that is very hard to describe. There's a lot of shame attached to mental illness. You feel like something's wrong with you. And in my life, I go, oh my goodness, look at all these beautiful, wonderful things that I have, and I should be so happy. But you can't help it if in the morning when you wake up, you are so tired, you are so sad, you are so full of anxiety and the shakes that you can barely think. But it was like saying, this is a part of me, and that's okay.
It's interesting to see and hear from you how much having that conversation or having that ability to speak to someone really made a difference to you. And I think for me, the little bits that I've learned so far about mental health was very much the case of, you know, it's okay to have this conversation. It's really important to have this conversation, and that you won't be judged. It's so important to break open that fear and that taboo, which is it's only going to lead to more problems down the line.
Yes. It can make it.
So, like Prince Harry's interview, this video is part of the royal family's mental health organization called Hey Now. hello, our existence is coming apart. Their charity's called Heads Together. Don't pay attention to that. At the end of the video, Williams asks Gaga to holler at him the next time she's in jolly old England so they can collab and come up with more ways to get people talking. Be sure to check out Heads Together and Gaga's charity Born This Way on the jolly old internet for more info on how you can get involved. Don't let my British accent deter you. Some of you might be familiar with the My Strange Addiction episode about a man named Nathaniel and how he has intimate relations with his car, Chase. It is my favorite episode. It appears the car company Kia was inspired by this because there is a Kiss a Kia contest happening on Facebook Live right now. But don't click on it yet. We're not done here. It won't be as enjoyable without the full scoop, trust me. So here's the tea. People are trying to win a Kia Optima by sucking face with it until they're the last man kissing. The contest is organized by Austin radio station 96.7 Kiss FM and started yesterday morning with 20 contestants, and as of 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, there were 11 smoochers left. Thankfully, contestants do get a 10-minute break every hour. There are also buyouts that could happen throughout the competition, which means people can forfeit their chance to win a car, but would receive another prize instead. How does it end? Well, if there is more than one contestant left at the end of 50 hours, a random draw will be held to determine the winner, which is a terrible way to lose after 50 straight hours of making out with an automobile. And personally, no amount of Clorox disinfecting wipes could ever make me comfortable with placing my mouth against a car. Germaphobes, can I get an amen up in here? This is now RuPaul's Kissing Race, and may the best weirdo win. Now, on to our badass of the day, which happens to be the first woman to receive a college football scholarship. And no, this ain't no powder puff league. Becca Longo from Chandler, Arizona will be playing in the NCAA as a kicker for Adams State University in Colorado. And since she's also a statuesque 5'11" and an athlete for all seasons, Longo also intends on playing basketball at her new college. We are stoked to cheer on this kick-ass lady. You get it? Because she's a kicker? It's a punt. Anyway, you go, girl. Longo is not the only strong woman burning up the headlines today. The most mysterious lady of the millennial childhood experience, Carmen Sandiego, is making a comeback. She's coming to Netflix and will be voiced by Jane the Virgin star Gina Rodriguez. Great casting. The show, titled Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Naturally, is based off the beloved computer game where you had to track Carmen's villains around the world and arrest them and ultimately arrest Carmen herself. This then led to the famous PBS game show, which ran for 5 seasons in the early 90s, and an animated series, plus books, board games, a comic series, and a Carmen Sandiego app. Well, that's what I call a franchise, baby. Woo. The new Netflix animated series has yet to be announced, the date. But we do know it's happening because Rodriguez confirmed it on Twitter. But there it is, proof. If you're a Generation Zer, though, do you have an understanding or appreciation for just how awesome this is? If you're someone between the ages of 16 to 23, let us know in the comments. This next story is probably my favorite one of the day, and it comes to us from the comedy geniuses at Funny or Die. It's a mashup so simplistic, yet so brilliant, that I am very angry that I not think of it myself. Without further ado, here is the best movie trailer you will see all day.
We've only got one chance to make this family whole again.
One thing I can guarantee, no one's ready for this.
Hi, I'm Jerry Seinfeld.
London.
Oh my God.
Abu Dhabi.
You think we look gay?
Cuba.
We've never been here. You would never, ever come here if it wasn't for me.
If you're gonna catch Dom, you guys are gonna work together.
As long as they don't make me do it, I don't care.
Let's roll.
Oh no.
Here they come.
Maybe it's time for someone to start taking the heat. You're not gonna like what I'm about to say.
I will beat you like a Cherokee drum.
You sit in that cell and think about what you've done.
Oh, dang. Switch it up, like.
But are you in the mood for coffee?
Damn, I wasn't in a mood.
I'm gonna learn how to fly.
We about to go up like.
They say life's too short. I say it's way too long.
All right, you get style points for that one.
That was very Jewish.
Woo! We're gonna need a bigger truck.
Oh, wow. Just wow. Oof. Special shout out to Booyah Pictures, who made this magic with the help of Funny or Die. Keep up the great work, all y'all.